before we get on into it, now episode 26, which was the episode that was filmed 2 weeks ago, was supposed to be up last week, but it's gonna be up. It's gonna be up. It's gonna be up. Again, it was a nice long Christmas weekend. But so y'all gonna be getting 2 uploads of #TheMesh this episode and the episode previous. But you already know who it is. It's Juwan 145, the Nigerian Prince / King. And underneath us, we have Mr. Rusty Knight.
Hey, y'all, you know what it is. If you know me, know me. I was the guy who was fired from the last show, but I'm back now. And we're here with the next, it's weird because I'm like 2 different show modes right now. If y'all understand, I got Queen Finest right here and I got the mesh right here. So it's like 2 sides of Joseph. I'm like, hopefully I can control myself.
Joe's about to get wild and crazy.
You're a wild dude. You're a wild dude. You can't say boy because that sounds wrong.
And then we also have, I've been trying to get this man on the show for the longest time.
Oh, man.
It's the Queen Finest, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Nando. But we call him Fernando. What's going on, Fernando?
Man. Oh my God, it's beautiful. If there was a crowd here, which there is mentally in my mind, I know everyone's standing right now. Cheer for me. All right, let me take this shit off. All right, that's what I peep people. I peep people like that.
I love it.
See,
let me take it out. Let me humble myself. All right, but hey guys, it's Fernando the Jesus, aka Puppy Shampoo, aka Queen's Finest, aka Expired Milk Boy, aka Mr. I already have my own little saying because I too, along with Juwan, have my own podcast, have my own production thing. Creatives, artists, we all trying to make stuff. I'm in that same boat. Got the setup built. But yes, just like Juwan said, I've been wanting to join and talk to you. I know I had Juwan on the Queen's Finest podcast.
Yes, he
so
sure.
I've always felt bad that I couldn't be able to join, but time.
Hey, listen, we got you here
Time works,
right?
Right?
Because it's so funny because Fernando, he hit me up literally like three weeks ago. He was like, "Yes, I'm great for this Friday." I'm like, he doesn't know that we film on Saturdays now, but it's great to have you. You could definitely check out his podcast, the podcast episodes on Queen's Finest on YouTube. I'm gonna definitely drop everything down in the links. I'm gonna definitely put in the little promo towards the end of the video and all of that. You're gonna see it. You can see Fernando, his stuff is hilarious, it's funny, and great topics, by the way. Great topic.
Yeah, unfortunately right now I have not been uploading any podcasts. I believe almost a month now, just because almost 2 years ago we've filmed what we thought was a short film. Turned out to be a whole big, low budget movie. But again, it over time, it took a lot of my time. And I just said, you know what, I have to make this big decision. If I really want to finish it as soon as I can, I just have to let go of this in the meantime, put on a hiatus. So right now you can just watch some of the old videos where I had a lot of the cast members. We talked about things that happened during the year 2020 and 2019. But please check it out. But in the meantime, let's get on with The Mesh.
That's it. So the movie that he's talking about is called Omega Hunters, and it will be out when it will be out. You know what I'm saying? We just going through the process right now. But we gonna get into our first topic of the show. It is PlayBoi Carti versus Miss Iggy Azalea. Now,
oh man.
Now I know that we listen. Iggy, I love Iggy. Iggy, that's definitely one of my good peoples. You know what I'm saying? We met back in the day, just over drinks. We had cocktails one night. But she got with somebody.
I go real fancy.
She got with somebody named, she got a baby by somebody named PlayBoi Carti. And recently, she's sitting over here just throwing out so many it's like underlying pressure there. She's basically telling him, hey, well, you know what? You could drop an album, but you definitely can't drop out to see your kid. You can't come on and drop off some money. And I just want us to know, I just want us to have this. What is it do we feel like Iggy is right? And it's like, what are we feeling about this situation? Because honestly, if you had to ask me, yes, I love me some Iggy, but Iggy, you gotta calm down. Not everything is public. You don't gotta tell the world that he not paying no child support. Don't tell the world that he not there for the kid. Don't do that. Do it in private. Save it for the courts. What y'all thoughts on it?
Get Joe Brown on here.
Judge Joe Brown. I was looking into this situation because I'm a fan of both Iggy Azalea and PlayBoi Carti. Say what you about his new album. We're not gonna talk about that.
Really do too good.
What a hell of a
allegedly. But
allegedly, right.
Personally, I believe situations like this shouldn't be out in the public. This is a very mixy situation, as the kids say. A lot of info is being put out there that I didn't want to know before I know, but now I have to know it now. And like a lot of people who shouldn't really know about this because a lot of people follow Iggy Azalea, so that's mad. That's mad. Now at Christmas time, people gonna be talking about you around the dinner table, and that's not even your family. You know what I'm saying? It's like I think this is just the celebrity game is so hard. It's that balance. Is being a public figure but keeping certain things private. This right here should have been had nothing, nowhere public at all. None of this should have been public at all. Iggy should have texted Playboy or whatever, how he contacted him talking about this stuff. But I think she did it was to get to PlayBoi Carti though. I feel like she was hurt and she wanted to hurt him back. But that's how people be. Two wrongs don't make it right. We all know that.
You knew who he was when you got with him.
Exactly.
You mean? Of course.
He did. His name was PlayBoi Carti.
Playboy. It's the first word. Playboy. Come on, Fernando.
You don't see the clues, bro?
Right, like the hits, the red flags, not.
This ain't no National Treasure kind of movie.
Exactly, bro. It's like
hard. Oh man. I mean, for me, here's the thing. I didn't know how old PlayBoi Carti was. I know he's fairly young.
Around our age group.
He's 23.
Whoa, what?
Now, let me look at
23 or 24. But he's.
Oh, you should have been known.
He's our age, within our age range. Right? I believe Iggy is older.
Iggy is. I'm about to tell you right now. Go ahead.
She's in her 30s.
She is.
But
has to be.
But
35.
I mean, before I go on, I want to know these numbers, just to be exact, because it goes along with my point.
Not. I typed in Iggy Azalea and it's giving me Delta Airlines. How old is it? What are you talking about? I saw 95. I'm like, she's not 95 years old.
I'm dead. He looks good for a 95-year-old.
That's what I'm saying. She's 30 years old, and PlayBoi Carti is 23.
23, right? Or 24? Or what she said was during when all the fuck shit was happening, he was 23.
See, but the thing is,
when did they a
24,
year?
Yeah, he's 24. He's 24 years old. She's 30. He's 24.
All right, but they've been together for a while. I mean, I'm not the biggest fans of both of them, but I obviously do see the appeal, why people like them, and all that. I can respect it from afar. But the thing is,
he was born 1996. Hey, get it? 24 gang.
24. All right, but here's the thing. Here's the most important thing about PlayBoi Carti in this situation.
Right.
What do you expect? Were you expecting this man to have the experience of a full-grown adult,
no,
where he has to realize that this is a child and a mom, baby mom? I really am not expecting that from a 24-year-old. Same thing with me. Like, again, I'm not gonna be over here like, oh, I know what I'm talking about. I'm living through this shit. Like, any person in that situation will deal with that, and it will be hard for them. It'll be a tough situation. Like who the fuck, the fact that he's going out here doing all this fuck shit. And I saw the live stream that she did, and pretty much went all in, straight up ethered him, talking about how there was this other woman involved.
I heard about that too. Yeah.
that he's fucking around with in their house, and how he was more focused on his album than his kid. I mean, listen, again, like y'all always say, it is all alleged, right? I mean, she has her side,
And
he has his side, like I said. So I mean, but either way, she made a decision to say, yo, I'm exposing it because there's other people who can twist the story, which I feel in some ways validates her reasoning as to why she did it. But I it's tough because we're all on the outside and we're all gonna talk shit about it regardless. We'll be like, oh yeah, he's bad, she's bad. Y'all both fucked up.
See, but it's also more so like if she really wanted to get to him and wanted to get into get to Playboy, them courts, they don't play now. Listen, hey, hold on. Yep. I'm not with dragging any black brother to court, okay? I'm not with any of that. But
this situation is justified though.
This situation, you got a kid. If you feel like he's not doing his dues as a father, I mean, hey, that's what the courts is for, not the people.
Fuck up, you fuck up.
Right. We can't decide for you. Iggy, you just giving us the business and we're soaking it in. Go ahead, Joseph.
I just want to know what she saw in him that made her think, yeah, I can have a kid with this guy. You know what I mean? Like when I heard they were dating, I'm like, and she's pregnant with his child. I'm like, when did she? Because didn't this happen before with her? She was with Nick Young. She had his kid, and he cheated on her, and she took everything from their house and moved on, right? That happened.
Shh. Iggy, you did not do that to that boy.
She did that. He came home, bro. Everything was gone, bro. But anyway, though. But come on, Iggy, you gotta know better than that. I mean, I'm not trying to blame her. I'm not trying to blame her because Playboy Carti probably did the whole 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll be this baby. I'll give you the moon.
Oh, it's not just a single digit. It looks like double digits.
And then look at that. But I just want to know. I'm curious. What did she see in him that made him like,
I feel like Iggy. I love Iggy. By the way, what I'm saying. Iggy is definitely.
Oh shit.
My dad was shouting. You hear him? But I gotta get one of those padded soundproof things. You know what I'm saying? So the sound can bounce off because he's talking to his granddaughter. But
I see.
With Iggy, she never really. If you look at the track record in Herman, it just wasn't really the best. I think what Iggy needs to just start doing is to just slow down with the dating process. Maybe just take a couple of seconds. You're dealing with Nick Young and Playboy Carti. These are young kids. These are kids practically. You know what I'm saying? People our age, 24-year-olds, we not ready to settle down. We not ready to do all of that. We want to have our good fun before our bodies start looking crazy.
I'm done.
Okay. Say we reaching up to age where responsibility really is about to hit. Because once we have a family, it's like, damn, now I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? So
I do hear you, but the thing is that it's good to be free when you don't have responsibilities.
Exactly.
And guess what they did? They said we're gonna have a baby. That right there, you just narrowed your freedom.
Do you think the baby was planned?
Narrowed that freedom.
Yeah, for now. Exactly. Do you think the baby was planned? That's a good question.
They said, she said that he wanted it, and so I'm assuming they agreed from there. So I'm taking her. I'm taking her word. I'm just like, all right. So that just goes along with my point. It's like, yo, if y'all in agreement with that, then y'all should know. Both of them should know. Both parties, not even just them. Both, if you or your significant other should know that, okay, this shit's gonna get difficult for us. For the next forever. For the next forever is gonna be difficult.
Nah, I definitely do agree with you 100%. Two consenting parties, of course. But you know what? Fernando, words nowadays, they are literally like salt piece particles. You sprinkle them things over that thing. You barely can taste it. When you sprinkle them little particles over your food, you barely can taste the salt. So you gotta sprinkle some more. Come on now. I mean, listen, he could have said in the moment just to get in, and then when he didn't really think that she was really gonna, then it's like, oh shit, like, all right, you know, but you know, he's 24. Like other things is more important to him than I'm not saying that he's right. But other things could be more important to
But
him.
he's fucking wrong.
Yeah, he's wrong. He's absolutely wrong.
He has a whole child, bro.
Yeah, he's absolutely wrong. But you know, he got other things to do than to be taking care of a kid.
Exactly.
Album.
And this
Album, kid.
like, you know, it's that TikTok meme where you see they're running and you see take care of your kids, work on your album.
Yeah, it's busted up. It's like, all right, kid,
Oh, the album.
Nah, bro. But it's
Yo,
like,
you need something? No.
Yo. All right. So
listen, people, just don't have kids. That's it until y'all ready to have kids with the person you're going to have kids with.
Right. Make sure y'all are going to be together.
Exactly.
Together.
I think they worked it out. I think they're
Did they?
talks.
Are they really?
Did
I
they?
mean, wouldn't we like to think that?
I hope so.
That she talked her shit. He got some sense in. He's like, you right. I'm fucking up. I'm fucking other people.
You know,
I shouldn't be doing that. You right. The baby. Fuck the album. I'm pretty sure you can say that.
Yeah, he sure didn't say that. You know, in a nice, beautiful world where flowers bloom and blossom and the air is great and people love each other, that would be an amazing story.
Do you see his merch? Do you see his merch? I don't think it's all shit. That shit has an upside down cross.
There we go. Right. Well, we hope for paradise, peace and paradise for Miss Iggy and PlayBoi Carti. Iggy, please do drop another album. I'm definitely waiting. Don't make that.
Yeah. I like Iggy too. I like her music too. But I'm not waiting for a new album.
Well, Iggy, I'm waiting for a new album. Just know that I'm a fan of yours. I've been an Iggy. I don't know what you call your fan base, but I've been an Iggy for the longest time.
I definitely support Shorty. You know, I hope the best for her too. You know, I hope everything works out as well.
I hope so too. I hope that this did clear everything up. Next time, just take them to court. We're gonna move right along to our next topic, which is the Mayweather and Logan Paul fight that's supposed to actually be happening. This was confirmed. I was shocked.
Yeah, they going out swinging.
It's supposed to be happening sometime this year. Oh, February 20th.
Wow.
21 this year. Literally, it's coming up next month. Because I really do want to know what our thought process is on this, because Floyd, last time I checked, Floyd Mayweather, he was a professional boxer, 5-0, 50-0.
It's up there. It's you're right.
5-0 was when he was like 2 years old.
That was back in the day. Yeah, that was back in the day. He's 50-0, like it's 50-0.
It's up there. It's up there.
50 wins, 0 losses, right? Logan Paul, who was an amateur boxer, who fought one dude who plays basketball. So y'all both was amateur, right? Yeah, you may have knocked him out, but you think you could take on a champ. How do we feel about it? Like, what? How is this even a fight? Like, why is this even considered a fight? Yo, if Floyd loses to this man, I'm definitely like, no, your whole 50-0, that's just dub. That's a dub. Like, I don't care how many wins you had. If you lose to this man, you're done. For me.
You know why the fight's happening? Chicka, chicka, ching, ching. You know Floyd Mayweather not gonna take that check. He definitely gonna take that check. Once he heard this is gonna make some money. First of all, we know that. And Floyd Mayweather's like, it's Manny Pacquiao all over again. He's gonna get in. He's gonna play with him a little bit. You know, let him throw some punches. He's gonna throw some punches. Floyd Mayweather's not gonna knock him out. Maybe he will. I don't know. But Logan Paul is definitely not gonna knock out Floyd Mayweather. But it's gonna be a fight, and Floyd Mayweather's gonna win. They're gonna walk away with their money. That's it.
I swear to God, I hope so, because
but should it be happening? I don't think so. This is just greed at its finest. Everyone involved is just greedy. And isn't Logan or Jake Paul talking about they want to fight Conor McGregor next?
Man, listen, everybody talking about they want to fight somebody, but then it's like y'all don't even equivalent to each other. Like, how is it that what? Y'all didn't even. Go ahead, Fernando.
That money, man.
So here's the thing. I mostly watch, like, the only sport that I mostly watch is boxing, and I've seen Mayweather's track record, and yeah, obviously the last couple of fights, it's all just been, what's new? Let me do something new. I remember he fought I think either it was a Chinese or Japanese fighter in Japan, and he was toying with him. Like there's video, like he was moving around, smiling, like he threw a jab, homeboy fell, like he was shaking, like he was tumbling, and he won OD money off of that. It was like 4 rounds to him. Yo, he even said, "Yo, that was nothing." He was. It felt like training to him. Then he fought Conor McGregor, and that what a hell of a promo run they had. And then when the fight happened, he even said after the fight when he won, he said that I knew I was gonna knock him out because I bet on myself that I was gonna do it in this round, and I knew how he plays, and he tired him out, fucked him up when he was all fucked up. He was like, oh shit. And then now he's just saying, okay, what else can I do now? And Logan Paul and the Paul brothers, they're all they're all YouTubers. So they did their couple fights with other YouTubers, and now with the whole thing that happened with Jake Paul, and there's just more ways to promote their brand, and now falling within that with boxing, that's why nowadays people are saying, yo, boxing isn't considered too serious now, because now it's just like it's anything for promotion, anything to just promote a brand, in the most traditional masculine way. Like, yo, I'm gonna swing on you. Like, yo, Juwan, Joseph, yo,
they literally got them in
some money. Let's swing.
I can't even do it. Wow, that was a lefty. Never mind.
But you should have been fast enough. See, you should have been Floyding.
I'm dead.
Floyding of the Mayweathering. That's what you should have been doing. But it's crazy to me because it's like back in the day you would have never seen that. It's usually weight class against weight class, and hey, y'all really in there boxing, like y'all in each other's spaces, just beat, like really going at it, knocking each other out. Knockouts used to happen like second round.
Different ball game. It's not like a street fight. You outside, like you throwing everything you got. Like it's a more professional is more technical,
right?
And Mayweather has mastered that. Yeah, sure, people can say all they want about, I don't like how he fights, it's the way he fights is boring, he doesn't do shit.
That's why he plays like that. That's why he has all these wins. He's making that money, bro.
But it's not even that. It's just more sort of fact. Like people say that. Look, I like how Floyd how Floyd fights.
He's a fucking beast.
He is a beast. That's why he's 50. It might be 51 and 0. It's 50, 51. He's just a bunch of numbers and then You know what I'm saying? Like exactly. You can't.
Yeah. Again, people can say it may not be eventful, but if you pay attention to the way he moves and how he strategizes and how he figures out the fighter, to where you could just juke him and hit him. Like he's a fucking beast at that.
I remember I was watching, I think it was Manny when he was fighting Manny Pacquiao, and he was just shaking his head every single time Manny was swinging and punching. He was just, and I'm like, how do you know that? Like, how do you know? Because it looks like a hit.
You think it's true that they paid Manny Pacquiao to lose that fight?
I have no. All that shit. That's all predictions. We don't know. I
honestly don't.
I'm just asking, man. I just want to know what y'all talking about.
For me, listen, Manny. Look, you are a beast too. Okay, you are a legend too. Nobody can take that away from you. But one thing about it, and two things for sure: you went against somebody and you lost. You just did. Okay, the judges said it themselves. You lost. Yeah, that's why I said them hits did look like they was hitting, but he was shaking his head. No. He was in the ring with you, playing around with you. So I'm just trying to figure out what was going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, hey, all right?
So now Floyd's going to fight Logan Paul or is it Jake Paul?
Logan Paul.
It's Logan Paul.
Isn't Logan Paul taller than him? First of all, it doesn't matter because Floyd Mayweather's still fucking up.
He's technically bigger.
Logan Paul is 6'2" and 200 pounds. And he has 50, they said he has 50 more pounds, I guess, on Floyd.
Yeah. Yeah. He's technically bigger, yeah.
So they're technically in the same weight class if you really want to classify it. Like it may be 50 pounds a little bit more, but you're still
it's a lot more. Like that's
you're an amateur. I mean, like what more? You don't even have the experience. So what are you doing? Manny Pacquiao didn't Manny weigh more than Floyd?
I want to know how
he probably weighed more by a pound or two. Like the way weight classes are distributed is not by 10 pounds. Like if you're 10 pounds over or under, you're in a different class.
Oh, I thought it was like, hey, as long as you're in the 200s and that's the same weight.
No, like Mayweather's like what, 170?
If they said 50 pounds, then he might be like 200 then, because he's 6 foot.
So Mayweather's 6 feet, really?
No, I
No,
think
wait, hold
Mayweather
on.
is
My
shorter.
fault.
He was like 5-something. He
That's
looks
my
short.
bad. That was
Like
my
every,
bad. That was my bad.
everything I
Yeah,
like.
that was my bad. I'll take that one. The measures. That was my bad. No, he's not 6 foot.
Canceled.
That was my bad.
False news, fake news.
Oh my god, that would be terrified.
Right.
But either way, but you see what I mean? It's like they're just two different classes. So I mean, in a real professional fight, if it was Mayweather versus, let's say, Pacquiao was the size and the weight of Logan Paul, they would be like, this is impossible. Like this fight would not happen unless Logan Paul. I'm pretty sure gonna make Logan Paul lose weight.
They're gonna have to.
Yeah, they do it all the time. They do it all the time, and so I'm pretty sure Mayweather told him, "All right, here's what you're gonna do because I'm in control of this shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna play in these gloves and this ring and these standards."
Mm-hmm.
So already he's putting himself in advantage business wise.
Mm-hmm.
Fighter wise, we're not even talking about that because obviously his record shows.
Yeah, it's
you feel me?
Yeah.
His record shows.
That's why I said, like, if he was to ever lose this fight, like, to this man, first of all, I want him to beat Logan Paul so bad because Logan Paul's mouth is so reckless.
Yes.
Ever since he fought the what's his name? It was who?
Nate Fox, Nate something.
It was something with the reason ever since he fought him and he knocked
Paul. Jake Paul was the one that fought.
That fought. So they're brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. So I thought it was Logan Paul who fought.
I thought it was Logan Paul this whole time.
But I know that Jake Paul and Logan Paul are brothers. But I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of confused too. I thought Logan Paul.
Swear to God, I thought that. I swear to God, that I thought
it's sad that I know about this shit.
No, it's good that you know it, and I'm glad that you was here to sit over and clarify that. So Jake Paul, there's a Jake Paul, and there's a Logan Paul.
The Paul brothers. I mean, I know this because my brother has followed them for a while, so I was like, okay, I kind of got the both of them figured out.
So Logan Paul has never fought before, like not. Yes, we're not talking about you.
He has.
Not YouTube.
He fought KSI.
He fought another YouTuber.
No, not YouTube. We talk about professionally.
But no,
they're both amateurs. They both are. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So like he never fought like in boxing, not another YouTuber, but like we want to talk like more professional.
This is considered like the way it looks like how they're promoting their brand now is they're gonna want to do this now.
All right, I hear that.
Because they're training and like the way people who study boxing and are looking at them, they're going, yeah, it looks like while he's considered old to start boxing right now, but he looks good. He looks like he can box really well if he puts more effort as the years go by. So I'm assuming that's what he's going to want to do now. Just swing now. That's his whole life now. I'm a swinger.
I still want Floyd to win because his brother, Mr. Jake Paul, has been talking really reckless after he knocked out the basketball player. He just been thinking that he could take on the world. So one of the family members got to get beat. All right.
Yeah. But the odds are really high about that.
I hope so. I swear to God, if I see Floyd fall to the floor one time, I'm deleting this needle.
You see those knees shaking. You're like,
I'm dead.
I'm no longer going to follow Floyd no more on Instagram, Twitter. I'm unfollowing. That's just it. So Floyd,
and that's the thing about ego. Like for the longest time, Mayweather has told himself, if y'all want to paint me as a bad guy, paint me as I'm just the dude that talks shit and I don't do shit and fighting. He runs with that shit, and so he that 50-0 record has made him that guy to go, yo,
exactly.
You gonna touch me.
And you know, all right. So you know that people look at the negatives more than the positives. So yeah, we got that little 50, but if you have that one loss,
I'm dead. Yeah, we like
fact just quick. No, he's the greatest one. You know, people gonna be all over the memes. People are going to make memes of Floyd. Listen, all right.
He can't lose now. At this point, he has to keep winning, but he keeps on winning though. So
I think he'll be fine regardless.
No, he is.
Why are you talking like he's gonna lose?
I'm not saying that he's gonna lose. I'm just saying that you just can't. Like, there's just no can't. Like, I hope that Logan Paul knows that he's going to lose. Like, that's what I mean. Like, you know how, like, if I'm going up against a track star, I know that I'm going to lose, but I'm just doing it to do it. So I don't want there to be an inkling of hope that I could beat this track star, because if I beat this track star, that he cannot run. No, there's no more running. And there's no rematch. Yeah, like I'm taking there's no rematch. Don't ask me for no rematch, because I'm taking my W and I'm running.
You lost. That's it.
Yeah, like you lost already. So
you lost fair,
you know when people try to ask for rematches, you know that they train to sit over and try to win the second time. No, I'm not gonna let you do that, because I'm not training the second time. So no.
Exactly.
What you mean?
I got my money.
Right. Like I already just got the money. Like, what you mean? No, we're not doing this. But I just wanted to say first before we start.
Yo, get Fernando out of here, son. Oh, okay, I see it. Okay, I see it.
See it, right? Because I've been cutting, and then I did it myself. I charge in $5, to cut hair now.
Let me see it. You did it yourself?
Yeah, I did this myself.
So. That look good.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. If my camera was better, to fade in HD, but you see the deficits, the fading.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm still working on
$5.
$5. I got y'all.
Oh man.
So we about to move right along to our third topic of the night. And this is, I forgot exactly who brought this topic up. This is more of a general topic. It's over encouragement for supporting friends. Is it becoming too much? Then another question is, when is the fine line of it becoming hating versus you giving constructive criticism? So, Fernando, we're going to start off with you.
So, you definitely don't need yes people around you. Let's start off right there. Mm-hmm. I believe we talked about this on the podcast, on Queen's Finest podcast, about how we're going into an industry where it's all about creating, being around people, making sure we're on the same page. We could be as big as everyone else, right? So it's hard when you don't know the guide and you're just trying to do what you can. Like that's all you know is like you're learning as you're going. Mm-hmm. So sometimes you don't know if you're fucking up. You don't know if you're doing the right thing for your own thing. And the best thing is that sometimes just having people to say yes, while it may feel good in the beginning, over time it's like, yo, at this point I'm just doing it because it's attention seeking. Like I said, we talked about it in a sense of people will do anything for the attention, for the money. And at some point you start realizing, okay, this is not for me anymore. This is just to attain something. Mm-hmm. So it's to me, I find it to be dangerous, because then you lose yourself. You lose what you love and appreciate. And then we notice that with a lot of actors and a lot of artists, musicians, and you start to see them, they go through their cycle of going, yo, I don't feel happy anymore. Mm-hmm. And then you start realizing, oh, it's because I had all these people, all these fake people around me. They were telling me, oh, you got this, you doing this, this is for you. Next thing you know, you realize, oh, they took money from me, or oh, they had their interest for their own thing, and then now they got popular and they forgot about you. Like I said, there's different worst case scenarios. There's obviously best case scenarios, but as humans, we highlight the worst things. But as I say, having yes people is scary. It's scary, but but sometimes when you do see something good and valuable, you just want to make sure those people don't lose that. Like, for example, like I know, like Joseph and Juwan, like I know you guys are very energetic people, right? Mm-hmm. So for me, I mean, I'm not this crazy professional, but I understand that y'all have this type of vibe. Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna go, yo, y'all should tone it down. Y'all should, there's people, that the way you move, like, nah, like that's y'all thing. I'm not gonna tone that. I'm not gonna tell y'all don't do that shit. Right. You feel me? Like that's not even me like kissing y'all ass. That's just me saying, yo, I see this in y'all. You don't have to listen to me, but I just know y'all should keep that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I feel
I agree 100%. I think more so also sorry about that interruption, but I also see because my brother, anybody who gives me constructive criticism and you know, people do encourage me. It's not over encouragement, you know, it's not something where it's like, oh no, like, you know, oh my God, this is amazing and da da da. No, it's like, hey, you know what, this is right for this moment in time. I can name a couple of people. Ty, for example, Ty, who's also on the show, Ty B. My brother who watches the show, he gives me so much constructive criticism when it comes down to it. And I do take it and I'm like, you know what? Yes. I always want to know how to be better. You know what I'm saying? So for with me, the only time that it becomes a hate is when you start to sit over here and you start to talk in a negative light about what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It can't be a hate if you're saying, hey, you know what? You can do this to be better. Okay, you know what? I'll take that into consideration. I'll try to mix it in with what I got going on. Because you know what it is? I also feel like a lot of times people, they want to do things themselves. And you have to realize that a lot of the time in order to make it, you're not going to be by yourself. There's always going to be a team behind you. There's always going to be a team of people to tell you, hey, you know what? You should go in this direction or this direction, or hey, maybe you should do this, or it should go like this and da da da. You know what I'm saying? There's always going to be some sort of advice that comes along in path lines, especially when it comes down to a career. And this could be a regular career job as a doctor. This could be a surgeon, artistry. Doesn't matter what you're doing. There's always going to be some sort of advice to always be better. Be better than the person that you are. Jay-Z and Beyonce do it.
Have people with the same mindset as you.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important. That's how not just you, but y'all strive.
Mm-hmm.
That's how y'all move forward. Because if not, then you just have people who think one thing, and while you may think that certain, like for example, like the to me, like the greediest thing is money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hypothetically, like if the three of us decided to do something, and Jawan is worried about money, Joseph's worried about some other shit, and I'm worried about creating,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden it's just like Jawan's always talking about, yo, how we gonna get this bag? Oh, there's this bag, but it's in order to get that, we're gonna have to lose all of our artistry, all the things that we work hard for. I think we should do it. It's like, nah, like we're losing focus.
Right.
That's a dangerous thing to do. You can't have those kind of people.
Mm-hmm.
For other people, it may work. Business people are always on about how can we get the advantage,
But they know the risks behind it, because with business it's always a risk. And that's what they tell you firsthand when you go into business. It's like, it's a risk. It is a risk. But just know that, yeah, we're going to take every sort of risk that we can in order for it to grow and elevate. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, not to take certain risks. But Joseph, what is your thought process?
I agree. Yes, people are very dangerous to have around you for one reason, is not just because you might be doing it for, like, you might get set on a path where you're doing it for other things that are outside your interest. You might get set on a path of doing things that might be dangerous for you. You might get put, like, as people say, get the battery in your back, or you get gassed up, into six situations, like 6ix9ine. The reason why he went to jail was because the people gassed him up to do something he used to be doing, but he wasn't supposed to be doing. Got caught, and then he went to jail. Of course, he got out because he did what he did, blah blah blah. But if you have yes people around you, whatever, some people might just say, yo, you should do this, and other people like, yeah, you should do that, you do that. And you're like, okay, I'll do that. Or you say, I want to do this. I might do something that's I might tell you, hey, yo, I want to start dressing up like a Power Ranger and going to work like that. I'm not gonna wear my uniform at all. And if y'all don't fuck with me, you probably, yeah, just go do that. Yeah, it's cool. They're gonna let you do that. And I'm gonna lose my job now, knowing that I'm losing my job. Like, Donald Trump is surrounded by yes people. Kanye West was surrounded by yes people. That's why he ran for president in the first place. That's the reason why Donald Trump was in the situation. You know what I mean? He's got, you should have people who encourage you to do things you want to do, but also tell you, like, hey, it's not working right now. Like, you don't want to be that SoundCloud rapper. Everyone's telling you shit's fire. In real life, your shit's trash. You know what I'm saying? Right. And in regards to constructive criticism, I'm all for constructive criticism. Everyone's telling me I could do stuff better. I'm always listening. Sometimes it seems like I'm not. I'm always trying to find a way to be better at my job, be better at home. anything I do in life. When it becomes hate is when, like Juwan says, it's in a negative light. Like I want to start writing more, and someone's like, you never could write. Why are you even trying to start writing now? What do you mean like that? That's
or if they was to even say like, oh yeah, well I read your pieces. I mean, they wasn't hit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly. You know what I mean? Constructive criticism is that they're gonna tell you, hey, this is okay, could be better, but they're gonna tell you how you can make it better. Hating is they're gonna tell you it's bad, and that's it. They won't say you anything else, like it's bad, and then like they won't say like, oh, but it's like no. That's it. That's where I draw the line from hating and constructive criticism.
Which is why I know that people, college may not be like the first route for people, but for people that do go to college and, if they're having like liberal arts, I always try to recommend for those people to at least take one theater class, because when you take a theater class, you kind of learn that aspect of what constructive criticism is, because they definitely do teach you. Trust and believe, they're going to tell you. And they're going to tell you the first word that will always come out their mouth is that you have a great start, but this is how we can get you here. You get what I'm trying to say? So you would always know, you can always tell the difference between somebody hating versus somebody trying to like, hey, you know what? Like, for example, I had a friend, she was actually a guest on the show. Her name was Imani for a couple of episodes ago. She was telling me, she was giving me constructive criticism. And then she was like, but I don't want to like give you too much because I don't want you to think that I'm hating. And I was like, hey, I can never think that you're hating for the simple fact that I didn't get that vibe. 1, 2, I know that you want me to grow and progress. You know what I'm saying? Everything that you told me, I've taken into account to make me progress more. I misspelled on a word. That is not hating by you telling me I misspelled on a word. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. Hey, maybe you should do more taglines. That's not hating for me. That's giving me advice on how to grow. Grow not only as a person, but grow as somebody who's a content creator. You know what I'm saying? So, and also to go into the over encouragement is that I definitely do feel like there's a lot of yes men that are out here. And it's one thing to say, yes, go for it, start it up, see how it goes, and da-da-da-da. And then there's another thing to sit over here and not give that constructive criticism that people do need to grow as an artist or to grow as a person. And it's like, no, go ahead, no. You want to wear a chicken head? Go for it. Go and wear the chicken head and be the best chicken you can. Go. Yes, I'm here. Clucking, clack, clack, clack.
I take offense to that chicken head statement. That's what I'm going to say. Anyway, continue.
I mean, they're yes men because they don't have the same mindset as you.
They don't.
I will say some people are yes men because they want to just be there just in case something happens for that person. You know what I mean? So they can be like, yeah, I was always there for you. I support you. Da, 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 da. So, you're going to tell them to do yes to whatever. You know what I mean? Even if like, it might not even be good for them, but it might blow them up, give them that clout that they need. So it's like, so that yes man is like I was, be a parasite. You know what I mean?
That's a great point.
Juwan, you also made a great point about, this is something that I always think about too, is that, yes, I think we should, as everybody, that we should all study the arts, get a better understanding, not just about the importance of drawing, of acting, but it gives a good understanding with ourselves. It's a good way to start at 20, because how many times do you hear people at 20 talking about, oh, I don't know how I am, I feel insecure, I don't know shit, and yet you're studying something like business. While it's good, we'll get paid really well, but then for the next 20-30 years you feel this hole in yourself, this hole in your heart of like, yo, I like, the moments I find happiness is when I'm doing something fun, but that's it. And I do that every Friday and Saturday, and so I'm only happy those 2 days, but the rest of the day I'm focusing on getting this money. And next, that cycle begins where you're 50 and 60, and then you have people who unfortunately do physical damage to themselves,
Yeah.
And again, it stems from that artistic and feeling of, okay, this is who I am. And what you said about how, when you go into studying theater, like that's what happened to me when I went to an acting college, like strictly on that. And throughout my 3 years and leaving it, I went, holy shit, they really meant it when they said they're gonna break me down take all the good parts, take all that bullshit that I had that was stuck with me for the past 18, 17 years, throw that shit out. Like, that's not useful. You know, like getting mad instantly, while it could be good for a certain scene, but you know, what I took from it is that I can't be mad all the fucking time. You know, especially if it's a constructive criticism, because sometimes it may just pass me and I just go, yo, why? Like, why are you coming at me like that?
Even
because I missed a letter? Oh, you want to come at me like that? What's fuck is wrong with you?
To quote you also, even on a simple day of just when you said not to be mad all the time, somebody steps on your shoe. Is it the end of the world?
No.
Somebody sits over here, you're on the train, you know the train is crowded, somebody accidentally bumps you. Is it the end of the world? Somebody sits over here, now listen, now the end of the world for me would definitely be my bank account in the negative. I'm definitely upset because where did my money go? Because I had $20 this morning. But you know,
Belly got it.
You know what I'm saying? But it's more so what it teaches you is that there's other emotions other than just what the usual is, which is the anger that people just love to use, the toxicity. Yes, there's toxicity. I think it's an emotion because a lot of people are attached to it.
And we grew up in that cycle of
right.
You can only fight or flight.
That's it.
You either you a bitch or you gonna son people.
Right. And
there's no humbling, there's no understanding. It's like, yo, he like, you backed out, you's a bitch now. Like, right. What?
And for me, honestly, I don't care if I backed out of something. I don't care if I went full forth with something. Listen, I know if it bothered me to the point where I had to do something about it, then it truly did bother me, which was more so you coming at my family or things like that of that nature. But you sitting over here, you telling me some silly words. I don't really care that much because I don't have an ego. And I always try to make sure.
You separated that.
I separated those things. An ego for me does not exist. I don't have an ego. You call me a hoe or a bitch right now, I'm going to tell you, okay, cool. That's your perspective of me. That's not a reality, nor is that a fact. My reality and what life I live does not equivalent to what your thought process of me is. How does that even make sense? How can I even fathom that is a reality? You calling me a name. How did I make that a reality if that's not even nowhere near true? So when it comes down to just, I know we just went into a whole new topic, but when it comes down
that's
to
important. But that's like, to me, I feel like that was the deeper conversation when you brought the topic is like, if you talk about yes men, if you talk about things that involve your future and you want other people around you and you want them to strive as well with you, you got to go and break down the things that you feel insecure and you feel scared about. You feel me? Like, that's one thing I think about too, is like, yo, like, for example, with the movie, I like Joseph came up to me, talked about the movie. We had this and that, yada yada yada, and in the back of my mind, I'm just like, I just want people that are on the same level, who are dedicated. And yes, we had some issues with that, but again, that's the thing that I was afraid of, is that if there was all those people, if all the people were flaking out, who weren't taking it serious, it will be heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yo, we're taking our time to do something, and you agree to it, and you followed along. You were saying, sure, I'll do it. I'm with you. But then halfway, or you just say, man, it looks like they're kind of half-assing it, so I'm a half-ass it too. And then from there, it's like, I see you now.
And that's the thing. Like what you said, thing you mentioned, egotistical. That's the ego that comes in. Because what if we did have somebody that was like that? What if we had somebody like that? We're filming in a park. We're filming in the park in the Bronx. Like, what am I doing here? My talents are way too.
That was on location, but it's okay. No, don't worry about it.
It's a little too late. I mean,
everyone knows. Everyone knows. I don't know why you even keep that secret, but it's okay.
It wasn't. I didn't know it was a secret. Sure, if you would have told me that, I would have. But
I didn't know you were gonna say it. It's my fault. I apologize. I'm sorry. But yes.
Now I'm gonna edit that part out, and I'm gonna start.
No, don't do it. Keep it in, because you know, might as well people tell everyone at this point. I'm joking. I know. I'm trying to get back to my train of thought. But like, what is more so is it's like, you know,
what if it's somebody who's just, you know, they haven't even done a profession. Every film to me is professional because of the simple fact that one, you have the tools, you have the people who can act, you have the scripts. That's professional. It doesn't. There may not be a production. We may not be backed with money, but if I'm pretty sure if we was backed with money, we'd be on the same level as Marvel. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Of course, we're amateur production, but we're still a production. We still have it. We're still professional. You get what I'm saying?
We have
Professionalism comes.
pride.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We have the drive and everything. So what if we did have that one person that was just like, you know, what is this? What is this? What is that? Like, we're here. I need to have my dressing room. Where's my dressing room? There's not even a trailer. Okay. Well, then this is where
To
we
that,
go.
I say, I don't need you here.
Exactly.
I don't need you here. You could deal with that with other people. We're not going to click.
Absolutely.
And guess what? That's a hard truth that I saw in my years in college. Because that school, we had great teachers. They humbled us.
Mm-hmm.
And I had one specific teacher who, you know, he was tough as fuck. You know, he would, you know, what we can say when we're talking about is like, yeah, he was very tough on the criticism where he would like flame you in the process. But he meant it.
One of those.
Yeah, like, but he meant it. He really meant it. He's like, yo, you're good. You're really good. But why are you doing this? Like, he would ask us that. It's like, why are you hesitating? We see it. We see the anger or the frustration. And the fact that you're frustrated now that I'm criticizing you shows that it's all you. It's all a mental game. You're insecure right now.
It's definitely. Look, I could definitely stand for it. That it definitely is because you come into it thinking that you already know or that you have the talent because you already have those people that sat there and said, "Yes, go for it, do it. You can do it. You are amazing. Oh my God, that was an amazing performance." Da, da, da. You had those people already tell you, so you're already going into it mentally thinking like, "All right, now I'm gonna kill it in front of these individuals." And
the game up.
You gotta step the game up. And once when you tell somebody you gotta step your game up, they're like, "What?"
To hear that, because
you don't.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, still sometimes it's hard for me to hear that too. But you know, most of the time when I hear it, it's actually true. I had to step my game up. You know what I do? You just gotta rise to the occasion, bro. You know,
I differentiate those things a long time ago. A long time ago. I'm gonna tell you, one professor at BMCC, and I love her to death. I do love her to death. I won't say her name. She should know who she is. But she is very hard. She is hard, but I'll tell you that when she kept on telling me and acting one to step my game up all the time, it did get a little discouraging because it's like, damn, like I'm trying everything that I can to sort of improve to you that I can do this. But then once when I had acting for the camera with her, which was a couple of semesters later, she was like, you grew. You grew from point A to point G. You know what I'm saying? Like you grew some. I didn't know that. But you know, you grew so much, and so it just lets me know that listen, Chef Ramsay also said it best. Don't come in here thinking that you can cook and then cook me what you cook at home and thinking that it's gonna be something that I'm gonna eat. Because he criticizes. If you notice, when those chefs come into that room firsthand, he criticized their food firsthand. They cook their best dish, and he's like, "What the hell is this?" You know what I'm saying? And then when in a couple of, episodes in, that's when they start to grow and he sees the progression. And that's when it's lose the ego. That is number one. Lose the ego because there's always growth. And that's why I mentioned Jay-Z and Beyonce because they are never comfortable about where they are. And these are superstars. These are people who perform amazingly that still think that they have to do better.
Here's a secret. Most of them don't.
They don't.
Most of them don't. Why do you think there's all these celebrities talking about mental health now?
Because they know
it's important now. Like we're trying to break the cycle of this of being oppressed and escaping that. Yes, that's good. But to think that millionaires are talking about the same issues that people in beneath them, if you want to put it that way, the fact that they're talking about the same thing. Like the fact they're talking about this Benz they got, and yet 2 posts later they're talking about, yo, I'm having feelings. I don't feel good right now. Like again, it's all ego. It's all shit that we dealt with. And the last thing that I want to hear is a 20-year-old talking about, yo, I got it. I know everything.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you got money,
Mm-hmm.
that don't mean you don't know shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I'm not expecting you. And the important thing that you said, Jawan, is that, you know, when you were in school and she gave you all the shit, yeah, in the moment you were like, yo, what the fuck is up with her? I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, she said, I see growth.
Mm-hmm.
That is what, to me, that's all I want.
That made me smile.
That, yeah, to me, that's all I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I may not understand it, I may not feel it, but if people are seeing, yo, you're different, you look different, you talk different, or your gesture is different, or how you act is different, like there's something different, and I like it. That to me is like, oh shit,
that makes I'm telling you, that makes you smile. That makes you smile all the way.
That'll make me smile. That make me hard.
What? But to all my people out there, please do know, lose the ego. Ego will get you nowhere. Trust and believe that. Always humble yourself and just know that there's always growth. Even when you're 88, you still gonna grow. Hey, you're gonna be 89 and your cells is growing. So if your cells can grow every day, you can grow every day. So you already know who it is. It's Juwan 145, the Nigerian prince / king. And to the left of me, I have my special guest, Fernando.
Check out Queen's Finest Podcast. Subscribe to Infamous Productions on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Nando Records 2020. Listen, we're all out here just trying to create. So the process may be slow. The process may look shitty. The process may look like we don't know what the fuck we're doing. Well, guess what? You're right. But the pride, the dedication is here.
Sure.
We ain't playing.
Not at all.
Fuck
And
then,
then underneath us, we have Mr. Rusty Nut.
Hey y'all, it's me, Joseph. You know me, you know me. I was fired, I'm back. You know, it's a new year, so I've forgiven Juwan.
Happy New Year.
But I still need that second check because, you know, we get paid weekly. You still not paying me my second check.
You got the first one.
You want two
stimmies.
stimmies.
The first one, I'm thanking for that, but
you want two stimmies, bro.
See, no, we can't do that. We can't do two stimmies. We got one check and one check only. That was it. That was in the contract.
I can't get two stimmies? Wow.
Who do you think? You don't need it.
I'm gonna call Judge Joe Brown. I'm gonna call Joe Brown right now. I'm gonna call Joe Brown.
Right.
And we are the man.